But that's how we met, is through this book.
Okay. Ready?
Hi, I'm Lynn Rosen, and I'm here at this most beautiful Baha'i center with my friend Ted Hall. We're here because we both believe that God has to take a place in education. And I'm sitting by my favorite sign, and the reason that I love it is because it says, "Oh God, educate these children. Let the sun of reality shine upon them with thy love." The problem, I'm going to get political, you know me, the problem with our schools, we worry. We say, "Oh, what's happening to the schools?" And the problem with the schools is that God is not in the classroom. If my principal is watching, you know we go through this all the time, so travel and just get over it and get a grip. The whole point is putting God back into the classroom, celebrating the oneness of humanity. When I first met Ted, and we'll talk about that in a minute, and then we went to that place and we met those two women, they said how uptight I seemed at that moment. I had too much caffeine. I still have too much. Doesn't matter. I was talking to them. We're going to meet in September. I felt so at peace in this place. This place gives me a feeling of peace because I feel God all around me. If I don't have God all around me, I speak to God all the time. I write to God. Those books are not out yet. I have a whole bunch of books for you kids. Now, I'm introducing you to somebody who I met, and he doesn't remember that, at Occupy. And I remember I was giving them copies of It's a Beautiful World. And I just talked to you for a few minutes. I said, he's very intelligent. And then I just lost touch with everybody because I was too busy with my 500 books and school and all the other stuff. I want Ted to talk about what he's doing in any way that he wants to talk. I don't direct anybody. But I'm so proud of the work that he's doing. Because he's taking children and he's actually giving them the Spirit of God. That's the problem with the kids today. They don't have the Spirit of God. And I don't want to hear anybody tell me that religion is not a good thing. This is not about indoctrination. This is about teaching children the love of God. We wouldn't be here if there wasn't God. Go ahead, take it away.
It's been slow and steady, but the time which I've had in just helping youth understand how much they have been given and how sacred their powers are. And then the time which I've learned about this within the Baha'i curriculum, that a lot of these truths are so universal that they don't really have to be forced on anybody ever. They're just
Why do they have to be forced? It should be a natural thing. It's a natural progression.
It is, and that's creating space for that natural expression of our love of our origin, of our Creator, and
I have some questions I'd like to interview you, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, I just wrote 2 books, which she's also my editor, my videographer, and my publicist. And one of the books that I wrote is called I Sing to Thee. It's a book for God. I want to introduce that to your children. And another book that I just finished writing, we have so many, from different countries, was the book that I gave you, Vision for Tomorrow, written with Lynn through the internet with Sierra Leone. So my question to you is, first of all, I want you to tell them Ted is going to be at Saving Souls Conference. And I wanted him there more than anybody else. Carolyn, don't get upset. I love you. But I wanted him there because what we want to do are prayers. We want to lead. We want Ted. I'm not sure if Vinod is coming. But in any case, Hassan will definitely go on the canoes. He's very athletic. And we all want to go there because I really want to feel the land. I really want to feel oneness with it. I don't feel like I do enough of that. And so we're going to have Ted is going to be our prayer leader. So talk a little bit more about that.
I guess I wouldn't put myself as a leader in that.
Okay, but I'm saying it is saving souls, and saving children is saving souls.
Okay. Yeah, I just in a lot of my life I never really felt comfortable praying, and it was just a kind of a thing that growing up with I had very open parents, very open-minded parents, and
That's
spiritual
wonderful.
parents. and my father would pray, and then I became more and more open to it as I started to see how everything is spiritual.
Everything.
Yeah, and that's what was always plaguing me when I was in my studies, was what was the purpose of it, and without a purpose you have a totally wayward generation that's stressed and doesn't know what it's made to do, and that is, from the Baha'i perspective, is to build an ever-advancing civilization, and it's to know the Creator.
You're doing fabulous work. I'm so proud of you.
I can't take credit for it. I can only say that
Okay, well, I'm
I've
saying
been so
that,
lucky to
of
learn.
course, we're all lucky to learn. When I sat at that table with those two women that I emailed, they said they felt to tell you that they're sorry that they're away for the weekend, but that we'll all get together in September and plan something else.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's cool. When it comes to children expanding our vision, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. That's what we want children to know. We don't want children to be in an antiquated classroom where a teacher is standing and directing. The best teacher I know, other than Lynn Rosen, and you're going to meet him and you're going to love him. His name is Hassan Morabidi. Hassan Morabidi is from Fiqh bin Salah, Morocco. And I'm going, and I'll tell you right now, that if you want to go, Lynn's kids and Saving Souls will pay for you to go too. Because there was some wonderful things going on there that we could do there. So we'll talk about that. The thing I love about Hassan is that he stands up in his classroom and he really doesn't look like he's doing anything, and the children are doing everything because he has already taught them how to go ahead. His son, who is 14 and Ziad, do not have a stroke. Lynn is saying that you're going to be 15. The other day he told me he's 15. I told him what you're doing. And what we're doing is we're celebrating Ziad Morabidi in April, and we're going to try to have him work with your children too. We'll come on the internet, we'll talk to them. And this child is 14 years old and is on his 5th book with me. The book that I gave you, Save the Children for Nigeria, Mr. Wright's, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. He wrote it with me. And I let him direct me. What do I have to direct him? So tell me how you got to work with your children. How did you pick them? How did you choose them?
Well, with my wife and I, we just will go out into a public space, and there are youth that really want to get engaged with the ecosystem of the city. So that's how me and my wife are inspired by stewardship of the land, and then. And so we have this game that we do called seed ball, and then that.
Yes, I love that. And I always want to go. And then the bubble things too.
It's really fun, and the kids really like it. So bringing in the spiritual and scientific together, I think, is what a lot of the youth are, because they can see it. If any young person who is inspired to learn is going to be looking online and noticing there's a lot more to this world than what we're taught.
And they're going to be publishing books.
Yeah, they've got it.
Right,
Yeah.
and what type of books? What are they publishing about? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Just their own stories of how they see
wonderful.
manifesting justice would be the coolest thing to see. And then where you see injustice, where they see justice, and how they play into creating more justice.
Did you ever think of them expanding and speaking to children internationally?
absolutely.
And that's where I can get them in. I can provide the technology because we're saving souls. And and of course Lynn's kids, the other part of Saving Souls, Lynn's kids has camps all over the world. So we could actually have the children speak to Fiqh bin Salah, Morocco, to Beni Malal. Well, that's why I would love for you to be able to go with me, because I think you really, really see fabulous things being done. So I'm interested in meeting the children. Are the children coming today, or are they not? Today is not.
Today is all planning for
Okay,
the
cool.
camping. So there's this camping trip for the Haudenosaunee. These are the Six Nations.
And when is that?
That's next week. So that's what I'm planning all day today.
Okay.
Helping keep an eye on the center while our friends are out of town for a second, and And then after
What
that,
can we do
life
for you?
returns.
What can Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls do for you? Or when we have the second time, when it comes to the 12th, and we have the conference, is it at all possible that you could have children come and talk about what they're doing? Or do you think that that wouldn't be possible?
By the 12th, it's,
Probably all
I'll try. It's most of the, we're gonna be, after the 10th is when my life returns to normal.
Okay.
So this is after a whole slew of
Okay.
things. So we're still coordinating everything for this like 9-day camping trip.
I think
And
that's
then
wonderful.
after the camping trip, I can think. But before then, it's like, oh, yeah, you should meet eventually a friend.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hi, how
Sorry.
are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, how
I
are
just
you?
wanted to say hi.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.